Hello students. In last class we had studied about plant tissues. Now let us discuss about animal tissues. Animals have four types of tissues. First one is epithelial tissue, second one connective tissue, third muscular, and fourth is nervous tissue. Epithelial tissue or epithelium tissue. It consists of single layer of cells. Blood vessels are absent in this tissue. It covers all the organs of our body. The skin, the lining of mouth, lining of blood vessels, kidney tubules, etc. are made up of this tissue. Epithelium tissue are again classified into four types, that is squamous, cuboidal, columnar and stratified squamous. First one, squamous epithelium tissue. The cells arranged here end to end like a tiles on the floor. It forms lining of cavities, mouth, esophagus, nose, alveoli, etc. It also forms blood vessels covering of tongue and skin. The epithelial cells are arranged in many layers to prevent wear and tear in skin. Second is cubical or cuboidal epithelium. The cell of this tissue are cube in shape. It found in kidney, thyroid vesicles and in glands such as salivary gland, sweat gland, etc. It also provide mechanical support to the body. It forms germinal epithelium like testis and ovaries. It means it is present in the testis and ovaries. Third one is columnar epithelium. It is pillar-like in structure. It forms lining of stomach. It means it is present in the stomach. It also forms small intestine, large intestine, etc. It have threads on its surface which helps in absorption. Fourth one is stratified squamous epithelium. It consists of squamous epithelial arranged in many layers. It is present in uterine and esophagus. So in this chapter you should only study about what are the tissues present in animals and where they are present. That is more important. So this stratified squamous epithelium is present in uterine and esophagus. Second animal tissue is connective tissue. The cells of the connective tissue are widely spaced. The basic function is to provide support and connect different organs. There are four types in connective tissue, that is areolar, adipose, skeletal and fluid. Areolar tissue. This tissue fills the space inside the organs and is found between the skin and muscles, around blood vessels, nerves and in the bone marrow. So areolar tissue, it fills the space inside the different organs. Second one is adipose tissue. It is found below the skin and around the heart, brain and below eyeballs. It acts as an insulator and prevents loss of heat from the body. Third one is skeletal tissue. Bone, ligament, tendons and cartilage. It is present in bone, ligament, tendons and cartilage. First one is bone. It forms the framework that support the body. It is non-flexible, made up of calcium and phosphorus compounds. So bones are non-flexible and it provides the support to our body. Second one is ligaments. Two bones connected to each other by a ligament. This is very elastic. So ligament means here the two bones are connected with each other by this ligament. It is very elastic in nature. That means it can be stretchable. Third one is tendons. It connects muscles to bones. It is fibrous with a great strength and limited flexibility. In the skeletal tissue, last one is cartilage. This is also elastic in nature, less harder to other bones. It is composed of protein and sugars. It present in nose, ear and larynx. So connective tissue. The fluid connective tissue or a vascular tissue. Here the blood is also a connective tissue. Blood helps in transportation of many substances like gases, hormones, oxygen, etc. Blood has a fluid matrix called as plasma. In that plasma, RBC, WBC, platelets are suspended. It also contains proteins, salts and hormones. So let us know more about the blood. In the blood, you already know that it is a fluid matrix, fluid in nature or liquid in nature, that is called as plasma. It contains RBC, WBC, platelets. So what are these RBCs? It contains a red colored respiratory pigment. So RBCs contain red colored respiratory pigment called as hemoglobin that helps in transportation of oxygen. WBC, they protects our body by harmful bacteria such as virus, bacteria, fungi, etc. Third one, platelets. It involved in clotting of blood. That means it help in the clotting of blood. Next animal tissue is a muscular tissue. Movement happen in our body by the help of muscular tissue. They are capable of contraction and relaxation. So there are three types in this: striated muscles, smooth muscles and cardiac muscles. Striated muscles are skeletal muscles. These muscles are attached to the skeleton by the tendons. These muscles get tired and need rest. Cell of this multinucleated and unbranched. It contains special protein called as contractile protein, which contract and relax to cause movement. Second one is smooth muscles. These muscles are involuntary or uninucleated, and these muscles are involuntary, unnucleated and spindle shaped. These are found in the walls of stomach, intestine, bronchi, iris of eyes, etc. Third one is cardiac muscles. These muscles are involuntary. That means they are not under our control. Only found in the wall of heart. These are uninucleated and branched. In these muscles, rhythmic contraction and relaxation occurs throughout the life. Last one is nervous tissue. Cells of the nervous tissue are highly specialized for being stimulated and then transmitting the stimulus very rapidly from one place to another. The brain, the spinal cord, and the nerves are all composed of nervous tissue. So, this is the structure of neuron where different parts are present in it: dendrite, nucleus, axon, nerve ending. So, dendrite help in the receiving the stimulus from various parts of the body, and in the nucleus or in the cell body, that stimulus is converted into a message, and then it is passed on to the axon, and from the nerve ending it passes to the next neuron. So this is all about the animal tissues. From this completes the chapter.